Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Nerds Unlimited, and we are missing one particular person, AJ, who is late coming to the studio, but he will be joining us at some point in the show. Hi everybody, I am Sonic MTD in the streets, Oni-chan in the sheets, and I am joined, of course, by my good buddy Trevor Quigley.
I was gonna say Chow MLG, sorry.
I hate you, Sean. I hate you so goddamn much. But we've got a hell of a show to talk about today, and we've got some interesting stuff. And AJ, hopefully, if he gets to the studio fast enough, will be able to join us for the rest of the show, and we'll be able to talk about some more stuff.
With that being said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's jump right into it. So the first thing we got up here on our docket is Captain Marvel is now confirmed for Avengers 4, no working title yet. She's been seen on screen with Chris Evans. Sorry, huge Cap fan. Cap fan. Are you familiar with Captain Marvel?
I'm familiar somewhat with Captain Marvel, but my major issue when it comes to it as someone who, once again, isn't huge into comic books, having your company and then having a character who's basically named after your company is, look at our mascot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's not really the mascot. Spider-Man practically is the mascot for Marvel Comics and has been for a long time, but it's still kind of hokey just from a marketing standpoint. But tell me a little bit more about Captain Marvel.
She's actually got her backstory is really cool. So there was originally a Captain Marvel before this,
Who was a man,
and then they jumped, like they just didn't write something, I believe, for like 25 years, and they just left it out, and introduced Carol Danvers, who is a U.S. military pilot. And a Kree spaceship lands on Earth, and she comes into contact with the Kree, and that's how she gets her powers. And she's a cosmic superhero and want to team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is cool. It's like taking Marvel's big like Suicide Squad, for example, right? With their ragtag Avengers, and then teaming it up with Carol Danvers. She's really influential, and like my girlfriend is just loving her comics right now, and she's really into it, and it's something I gotta pick up on and get a little bit more familiar with the character. But I'm just excited more so for the fact of who they casted for her. I think Brie Larson is a phenomenal choice. Amazing in Room if you have not seen it yet. She's also done some other films. Have you seen any of her work at all, or?
No, I'm sort of out of the loop when it comes to film actors and actresses that are involved in the screen outside of the colossal, the Keanu Reeves and the Chris Evans people, and your Michael Cera's.
Fair enough. Yeah. If you do get a chance, check out The Room. She won an Oscar for it, so she's an Academy acclaimed actor.
Are we dealing with the same room here? Tell me about your sex life. Oh, hi, Mark. I don't think we're talking about the same room.
Or are we?
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, and with that being said, Jumanji 2, another trailer drop for that. What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so I'm... Obviously, I grew up with Jumanji. It's not like my favorite film, but I did watch it a lot throughout the course of my life. And the first one was its fine standalone movie. I don't feel like it really needed a second one, and they modernized it as well, right? So the original, which had Robin Williams as he started off as a young child who got sucked into the game and basically got removed from the game years later, spent his entire formative years being raised by the game, and now has to help the two children that have picked up the game since and have been playing it beat the game and free him from it. So, but in this new one, it's like 4 people that are all teleported into the game, that are all playing all these different characters. Like you have Jack Black playing like a young teenage girl, and you have The Rock basically, I'm muscle bound as can be, and you have the rest of the cast, and I'm sitting there going, I don't feel like this movie really needed a sequel. I feel like it's going to make its money because it's going off of that nostalgia vibe, but just like with the last Jurassic Park movie, I don't feel like we really needed a sequel to something that had already been good as a one and done. Well, Jurassic Park with the exception.
I'm just a really big Robin Williams fan, so anything that he's in, I'm just like, leave it alone, don't touch it. I'm not gonna watch the new Aladdin when it comes out. Will Smith's a great actor and all. That's like his, to me, that's his iconic, one of his iconic roles. I probably won't see Jumanji either, I'm not gonna lie.
There's nothing wrong with the idea of remaking a film, right? You know that, for example, the animated stuff had that wide berth of a cast, but I grew up with two versions of The Jungle Book. I grew up, both of which were made by Disney. I grew up with the version that everyone saw, the animated one, and they also did a live action one where like Mowgli is like a 20-something-year-old guy and he like kills people. Like one guy drowns to death in quicksand.
Really?
And Shere Khan like mauls the crap out of all these people. And I'm sitting there like as a young child going, thanks, Mom, never buy movies for me ever again.
What is this?
What is this?
No!
If we have to do the fusion dance later on today, and AJ just forms right here. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with going back to the basics with like doing a different interpretation of it, but when it comes to doing like sequels, we've seen our fair share of sequel movies that don't feel like they need sequels. For example,
I'm gonna say The Hangover.
The Hangover, Despicable Me, especially with the Minions. Like at this point, it feels like Hollywood is just trying to milk all beloved films just so that they can get a semblance and get that easy cash in, rather than doing something that honestly the general public would want to see and want to be involved with. And unfortunately, unless we answer with our wallets by not going to these movies, we're going to keep getting them. And it's really, really disappointing, but that's unfortunately what is going to happen. So, The Punisher.
Oh dear God.
Did you see the trailer?
Oh my God, yes. Yes. I know it's coming out in November.
Yeah.
They already said that.
Yeah.
They blocked it out in the end of it, but it looks so good. And it just looks so comic book accurate.
Well, keep in mind, we are only going off of the teaser trailer that I showed you, which was cut to Metallica's song, which I unfortunately should have remembered, but I have long since, it has slipped my mind. But it appears that it's going to be good. I don't think that they can mess up Frank Castle, but we won't know until we get to sit down and watch it. They did have a decent build-up with him being introduced in the second season of Daredevil.
Yes.
And one of my favorite scenes is the part where Matt and Frank are both on a rooftop, and he's basically chained Matt Murdock to like a chimney, and they have a debate about morality and ethics, because both of them don't hate each other, but both of them think that they're entirely wrong. And it's like, I make sure people stay down, where it's like, well, what gives you the right to be judge, jury, and executioner, right? So I'm sitting there going, oh, I love both of these characters, and it's good to see them back on screen. And I'm shaking that mic.
Whoa.
Making it rain. Is there anything that you want to add possibly in regards to?
I'm just happy it's not Ray Stevenson playing the character.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw Punisher Warzone. It's horrible. Actually, it's in the category of horror awful. It's horrible and awful at the same time.
Okay. I saw the Punisher movie that had John Travolta.
That was really well done.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. And it was different to see, like, I've barely really seen John Travolta in anything, so what I saw him in before that was Grease. Mm-hmm. And then I saw him in that.
That is a huge transition.
And I was just like, is he not gonna dance? And I was younger, too, so I was like, Mom, why isn't he dancing? Why are people dying? I'm 7. Why am I watching this?
You were so young. But imagine if, in the odd chance that actually him in Punisher is just a continuation of his character through Grease, and they show nothing but movies showing him going through this dark road, driving off into the sunset to running your own criminal empire until you eventually die by car explosion.
Oh dear God, that'd be amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like how so the one thing I don't like about the TV show is I don't like how Karen Page is going to be in it. I was hoping she'd get off in Defenders. I find that she's really naggy and annoying. She's like, guys, like, we shouldn't do that, but okay, you can go fight. no, it's okay. Only billions of people are gonna die. Who cares? It's just like she's the mom figure. You don't need like.
I don't know. I Karen Page. In the first season of Daredevil, she did an amazing job.
Yep.
As like with her. Go watch the first season of Daredevil if you haven't seen it. But the entire series begins with her being framed for murder. Framed for the murder of one of her co-workers.
Yes.
And that sort of gets the wheels rolling as Matt Murdock and his friend Foggy Nelson go out of their way to try to help her and expose a giant conspiracy, which of course leads to Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, and also that one pivotal scene where she ends up offing a huge player in that first season.
Yes, and that has not been touched upon since it happened. Like they've hinted at it, they've showed like PTSD scenes with her killing him, but he is just he was such a good character. And I was sitting there going, she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. It's blanks, and it happened, and I was like,
that was the brilliance of the first season of Daredevil, because once again it was a true crime story. It was showing you the entire organization, and I was sitting there from the sidelines going, I have no clue how this is going to end. I just pray that the people that I care about make it through to the end. And I ended up losing a fair bit of people that I cared about, but I'm like, thank God for the end of that season.
it's like watching Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. See how I snuck that in there?
Yeah. There's what's going to happen is in between episodes of Clueless Quigley, you're going to duct tape me to a chair and just force me to watch
Game of Thrones and play Kingdom Hearts. That can be your. Remember how we were talking before the show and you said we could do a wide variety of things that I haven't played before either. Callie, if you're listening, which you are, can we make Matt play Kingdom Hearts?
No. No!
Yes.
I played Kingdom Hearts 2. I am done. I did my time.
No, this is gonna be simple and it's gonna be clean.
I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your friend, buddy! Inside joke. And
moving on.
Speaking of movies, there was a trailer that was launched this past week and basically flew completely under the radar. A live action, another movie of Tomb Raider. This time, of course, not starring Angelina Jolie. And it definitely seems to be going off of the reboot of the video games.
Yes.
Like, I saw a lot of different feelings and stylistic choices that make it seem like it could be something worth watching, but I also get the feeling that no one is going to go see it just because of how overblown Hollywood is. I feel like it's going to be snuck under the radar.
I hope it does well because I really like the lead actress in it. She's really, really good in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Actually, I have a small crush on her, not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, when I cast Tomb Raider, I was like, yes!
So the major thing is that my experience with the Tomb Raider franchises, outside of the live action movies, the only game that I've ever put my hands on was The Angel of Darkness, which was the worst game in the entire Tomb Raider series.
The history of all Tomb Raiders.
Like any possible Tomb Raider game, I played the absolute worst one, and it some of my Tomb Raider friends are probably sitting there going, man, why haven't you tried the new ones yet?
You had one thing you could do.
You had one thing.
There was one thing. There was one thing.
Oh my god, a wild DJ appeared. No, that's the wrong one. No,
I guess you didn't see our Dragon Ball Z joke
Digimon
about
fan.
you.
Yeah. Okay, Digimon.
A, sit down. B, you are late.
I know I'm late,
Now,
guys.
I am late because you are late.
I know. Very sorry, man. Honestly, I did not expect it to take this long. And then on top of that, there was some parade that was happening downtown just now. Legit. I get off the bus in Burlington. From Burlington, I'm whipping to go catch the next bus, and then I see a parade coming down James and Main. Like that area, just literally. I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna run here because there's no way I'm gonna be able to get up that
For
road.
you for running.
Well, I managed to at least catch one of the buses.
So now that you're here, we can finally go back into some of the stories that were here. For example, Shazam is
Filming
in
Toronto. Yep.
in 2018.
Yep. You guys were just talking about Tomb Raider, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Have you guys seen the trailer for it?
I did.
Phenomenal.
Right, great.
Looks amazing.
Amazing. Like it looks exactly like it's back to its like roots from like the gameplay from you guys were just talking about the
Yeah.
video game stuff like that. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like I actually felt like I was watching gameplay.
Yeah. She looks like the character.
Yeah, like you know the new one that came out recently on Xbox One? And all the new cross platform you've looked at it, right? Have you seen
I
it?
played it, yep.
Okay, so you know the scene where they kind of gave you part of it in the demo where she's like climbing off a cliff and like it's an ice cliff and then it starts to shake and you have to like press a button to jump over and then you have to like clip with her one thing. You see her running around with the hook pretty much the entire time, which I was like, oh my god, it's so cool! I love it. They really like said, okay, we're gonna make this a movie and we're just gonna pretty much have the same contents of your video game in the movie, which is awesome.
Yeah, no,
So-
it's good to see them sticking close to the source material.
Right? Oh man.
Shazam!
Oh, I'm excited for that. Like it's about time.
It's funny that they're filming in 2018, but they have no cast.
I noticed that. Did you guys notice that there is a WWE star that is actually going to be retiring from WWE? And rumor is he's going to be in the DCEU.
Undertaker?
No.
No, not Mark Calloway.
Come on, man. I understand he's a very hard person to see. But generally, when you do get to see him...
John Cena!
I thought you guys were going to talk about Rey Mysterio.
Oh, no,
Just because he's
Rey
so
Mysterio,
little,
no.
you can't see
No.
him. 619!
John Cena has starred in his fair share of B movies, right?
Exactly. Like, and I don't mind him as an actor. I think he'd be a perfect Shazam.
I really like the guy they've been photoshopping on the posters. It's like Derek.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah, he does.
solid,
Isn't
too.
it? I thought it was Alan.
Alan. No, that's Alan Richardson. He got cast as the Hawk in
Yes.
Teen Titans, so he
Okay,
can't do it now.
you're right, yeah. But no, I think he'd be perfect because he knows how to play that dumb brawn kind of guy. Like, I don't know, man. I just want to play with these toys.
Yeah.
Right? I could see him just be like, yo, like, can I have a coloring book while you guys are fighting those bad guys? Like, oh, these powers are amazing. I can do this.
I still, because there was a video released not too long ago about, John Cena. They were going to have, like, some fans come visit him, and it's just him, like, hanging around on the phone, and they basically surprise him by having the fans run through, like, a giant poster, and he's just, like, the amount of joy that's on his face.
They see me!
They actually see me! Come here!
He's probably sitting there at home, if he's actually watching this, he's like, these jokes are old son of bitches.
I know, right?
His response to the photos, they're hilarious. He's like, there's no one in this picture. And you see John Cena, like, comment below it, get a life, grow up.
I still remember the days of, like, so when John Cena first made his mark, it was WrestleMania 20 for me, where he won the United States Championship against The Big Show, and he won it by cheating. He won it by doing, like, heel moves. Yeah, he had, like, these small little brass knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to pull out the chain and basically whip The Big Show, and that was taken away, and he hits him with his brass knucks, hits him with the the attitude adjustment, and ends up winning the U.S. title, but through The Big Show losing to that sort of kick-started John Cena's, like, slow run into whatever the hell he became now.
Yeah, he's huge now. He's gotten so big. So
All
I
those
don't mind it.
steroids, just
Right.
inflaming the muscles.
But that's practically The Rock.
The Rock keeps this up, he's literally going to be a rock.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I've seen this guy eat. No, man. I used to follow him on Instagram, and this man would literally have stacks of flapjacks and be like, this is my meal prep. I'm like,
Genetics. You seen him when he was 15 years old?
he was always a big guy, right? Like, his
jacked.
dad was a big guy, and then he was always a big guy. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I honestly believe, like, that's just mostly brawn. Like, I don't think there's any... I'm sure there's some supplements, but I don't think it's steroids. You know what I mean? I think it's just like...
Oh, wait, that's
Yeah.
crash.
All I know is that I saw images of him in, like, 1997, like how he was when he was supposed to be in the peak of his feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? To how he is now, and it doesn't even look like the same guy
Yeah, but
anymore.
if you look at his peak then, he was still a pretty big guy. And then
Yeah.
now just add all the years from now until then of just working out, and just hitting the gym. And then all of a sudden he's just like, his bicep is the size of my torso. Like, so.
Fair enough. But let's jump into our next topic.
Yes.
That was a really weird voice segue. I'm so sorry, guys. We're trying out new things this week.
It's okay. We
I'm gonna
know
be
you
gentle.
don't have a career in the porn industry with a voice like that.
What do you guys think of Tom Welling?
He needs to stop. I knew I was waiting for you guys to bring that up, and I'm like, I've been seeing all these posts last few days, and I'm like, oh my god, no.
I hope he appears and it's something so stupid, like he's not Superman.
Oh, please.
Like I hope he's like just like a civilian, like Flash is like running by and he's like running by. He's like, is that Tom Welling? And then Tom Welling gets hit by a bus or something. I don't know.
You know, it'd be funny if he was the one running the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He goes over to Metropolis and he's running the Daily Bugle. But to be honest with you, that is such a CW move.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Like, I don't think Tom Welling is a bad actor. Like,
No.
any
I
stretch of
just
the
don't
means.
like him.
Okay.
You'll learn very
Yeah,
quickly
like-
if AJ doesn't like someone that he cannot exist in anything he does like,
Yeah, that's.
which sucks.
So basically, like, Tom Welling. For
Well, no,
you-
he chose not to freaking put on the cape.
So Tom Welling for you is like Andy Samberg for me. Like, it just doesn't.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
It doesn't matter what I see him in. I just don't like him. Yeah.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I tried. I have acted.
Yo,
I have tried watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've tried getting into the stuff he does with The Lonely Island. I've tried getting into his SNL stuff. He does not resonate whatsoever with me. And the more I watch his stuff, the more I'm like,
threw it on the ground. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he is right now. He ain't a part of your system. You can't make me like Eddie Samberg.
yeah. I've tried. I've tried more than most people, but he just naturally is orange juice and toothpaste to me.
Oh, that's like Zack Snyder in an AJ movie.
I know.
Anyways,
But you know what? If he does, whatever they do for him in The Flash, as long as it's in good taste, I don't mind it. Because you know what? I did enjoy Smallville, right? I have a bunch of the seasons at home on DVD, right? I didn't mind him as an actor. I think it just sucked that when you came to the end of the series, which was like 10 seasons long, he was just like, yeah, I don't want to wear the cape. And I'm like, dude, you're Superman. Why would you wear a leather zip-up that has the S on it? You've just become Superboy now, right? Like, come on, give us what we want.
I love how it ended too with him running and unzipping, and you see the S, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, so now you put on spandex, you mother.
Right? It just hurt.
It isn't something that Tom Welling had any control over, though. It's something.
No,
that
he
the-
said, if you
Really?
look at it later on, he was the one that chose not to do it. Right? It wasn't like the writers probably did have some say, because you keep in mind, when a series goes that long, the actors pretty much become most of the producers. Right? They have more say than anything else. Like, you have the first probably 5 seasons where they don't have say.
Do you
and then
think
near
that
the end
either
of it,
helps or hinders the series?
it could do either or. Right? Like, it can do either or. Because if you look at some of the writing credits for some of the episodes, you had Tom Welling, you had the girl who played Chloe, had some of the writing credits. Even the girl who played Lana had some of the writing credits in there as well for producing and stuff. So it's like, dude, you're Superman. That's you. That's what you're supposed to do.
Or it could be an alternate universe Superboy.
That would be nice if they
Whoa.
did that.
Whoa, what about for the crossover this year? What if they did Final Crisis? They made him Superboy, who was locked away in another Earth. Sorry, we're having a nerd moment here. And that's how he comes back. Or no.
Okay, I'm okay. If he's in Earth, if he's in the crossover episodes.
What if he's Earth 2 Superman, who's the older Superman?
Okay. All right. I'm okay with this.
Yo, man, put your pants back. Jesus.
Sorry.
Fangirling is intense.
So what do you?
That'd be perfect. Great hair and everything. Oh my god. And he's like married to Lana Kane, or the girl. What's her name?
Lois Lane?
Well, no. Yeah, yes,
Lana
Lois.
Lane?
That was sorry. My bad. Nerding happening all at once. Kablosh, bloom.
You can do
boom.
this.
The girl who played Lois Lane in the series, right? Have her come back, and she is Lois Lane on Earth 2, old Superman with the gray hair
You
side.
going bad, man?
Right? Oh, that would be sick. Okay.
So, welcome back, AJ. We missed you.
It was just
Hi.
like, it's like you literally just dropped like Ritalin. Right in the middle.
I've had too much sugar, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or no, what is Ryan Reynolds saying? Trinity. I had too much sugar in my Cocoa Puffs this morning. I apologize.
So there's also a bunch of other stuff that has come out that has made our show. Wasn't there supposed to be like an Avengers Infinity War trailer or something
Coming up tomorrow.
That's tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. The internet's gonna break.
Come down to Wireless Wave 338 and watch it with me. I mean, Wireless Wave Jackson Square. You guys know what 338 is. Come down to Wireless Wave Jackson Square and watch the trailer with me. We'll put it. We have like a 70-inch
Are you sure you're gonna be able to do that on the last Friday of the month in sales?
Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah, take that back, dude. Unfortunately, we will be able to watch it on our own.
Yeah.
If we have time.
Yep.
Right? So
Do get a 30-minute break
we do.
to just watch it over.
We should do it together.
So, in gaming news, we've got a wide variety of stuff coming out. For one, last week was a reveal of the new trailer. We're going back to World War II and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Another situation where we're playing as Americans. The melodrama, pretending that they're not American so that they can be captured and sent into the Jewish ghetto so that they can stage some type of breakout. When it comes to these first-person shooter games, the question I have to ask is, why always America?
Oh, because it's Call of Duty.
And they can't do anything wrong. It's America.
Right? America! Fuck yeah!
No, but I mean, like, there's
save the day.
in the wide spectrum that is World War II.
Yep.
We have seen all different types of stories. We have seen the fighter pilot stories. We've seen sea battles. We've seen the Call of Duties. We've seen even going anime style with the first Valkyria Chronicles game, which essentially was World War II with anime. There is so much more that you can be telling other than from the American side.
Do you know what I want to do? Since they love to stick with America, I want them to do the Civil War. I think that would be a very different take for them
that'd be
because
really cool.
they always portray themselves as the heroes. It would be interesting to see, and they have to make it so that it's like you can't side, like so you're torn at the end. Like, you don't know who's right. Obviously, everyone has their viewpoints of what happened, but it'd just be interesting to see that go down because it's America against America.
If you guys play Assassin's Creed 3, they kind of touch on that because there is a level where you are part of, like, you see the Civil War happening because it's during that time with the natives and stuff like that happening and stuff as well. So you see some things starting to come into play. You have to be on one side for a little bit, but then you realize that your general is the one who's bad and you have to come back around and assassinate one of the generals and stuff as well because he's trying to take over your land. So that was kind of cool to see that aspect. But I agree with you. That'd be so cool to see. You are one soldier and you're just growing up and you're born into one type of, ideal, but then you realize that that's not the right ideal and you're torn between the two. How do you go about it?
Well, because one of the things that I always like doing is sometimes having a character who thinks he's fighting for the right side and then realizes, oh my god, what have I done? And then tries to change his way. What I would like to see, and I don't think has been done in a World War II game, where you're fighting for the German side. Hear me out.
No, that's interesting.
Cool.
That's really cool.
You're fighting. You start off fighting for the German side because after the events of World War I, Germany had an incredible economic recession, and they had like huge financial gambles. They basically were the ones who were dumped with the bill for World War I. Yeah. So that's what caused people like Hitler to rise to power, because even though he was crazy off his rocker, he was at least finding ways to open up industry and create jobs for people that were basically had no future. Having someone who is like joining the side and then realizes, oh my god, we're committing genocide. We're wiping out an entire group of people. What am I doing? And possibly having it where maybe him and say some fellow Germans or maybe some people that are part of a resistance group getting together and trying to stop the atrocities.
That would be a good storyline because you'd have your group, and I could see, let's say you have 5 or 6 people, right? And you're the one main character. You have your faction of maybe a little platoon of like 5 guys, and you're working with the Germans, but at the same time you're trying to get some of the Jewish people out from their thing, help them cross over borders that need to cross over. You have that one guy who gets bribed, and like partway through the game you get captured. Right, and then you have to break free, and that's another like 2 levels right there. Try to break free, try to get out of the concentration camp because they probably put you in a concentration camp or something like that, and kill off a couple of your buddies. And that would be just a crazy gameplay.
Well, here's the thing about Call of Duty. If it's one thing that I've learned from Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. First of all, have you played?
I don't play Call of Duty anymore.
Okay,
it's too repetitive.
There's a mission in it called No Russian, which basically caused huge controversy for the time. You were an American disguised as a Russian, basically trying to work with this terrorist group leader called Makarov.
Okay.
And he's doing this terrorist mission where he walks into a airport with nothing but civilians and you mow down innocent people.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center. It was so controversial at the time that
you could choose if you wanted to play that level or not.
yeah. So people were losing their hell and losing their minds over it, and
But yet we have GTA
yeah. Well, it's just
that are
because
given
of the
to
scene.
kids
It's
with things that should not be happening.
Yeah. But the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is that they've been able to handle certain subjects when it comes to telling war stories. What I would actually like to see is talking about the futility of war and sacrificing yourself for the greater good. Having it, if you want to go the route of someone
Rogue One.
yeah.
Route of Rogue One.
Well, I mean,
At the end of it, they blew themselves up.
well, I was
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
I
You
would
have enough time.
I would like to have possibly maybe a scene in video games where it's you and your group. Say we go with Quigley's idea of someone rats you out, right? And they basically get some sort of freedom from what is about to happen. You know your group is going to die. But-
Another game does that. Reach. Halo Reach. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. You know your group is going to die, but you guys together, the one thing you can do is you can buy as much time as you possibly can to make it so that the people you were trying to save get out alive. And you die and redeem yourself through the mistakes that you've caused in the beginning.
Okay.
What about this too? Sorry, I just thought of this while we guys were talking. So it starts off, you're a Nazi Germany soldier,
Okay.
and like you play it's normal doesn't say Mortal Kombat. It's normal Call of Duty gameplay, but then like once you get to a certain part of the level, there's pivotal scenes that are decision based. It's like, do I kill them or do I not kill them? And that affects your influence. That changes your to join the resistance
That'd be cool.
or staying on the path of a Nazi, and like having 2 different like multiple endings to your different kind of like Telltale, but with more action in it.
I would say you would have to be very careful and you would have to tread lightly because at the end of the day, you are not trying to make Nazis sympathetic. It's weird that I have to say that in 2017, especially with what's going on in the US. You do not want to make Nazis sympathetic.
No.
Yeah, but there are Germans who defected, right? So just maybe go about telling a story in the likes of how they defected, from where they started, what they had to do, exactly kind of like what you were saying, get to a point where they had to make that decision like you were saying, and then go, do I do good or do I continue on this path? And you can see, again, throughout the decisions that you're slowly making, instead of going this way, you're slowly starting to veer this way. They have games with meters like that all the time. Like Force Unleashed does that when you kind of balance between the two a little bit. So like you get to a point where now you're at that final breaking point. You have to do one side or you have to do the other. And that's where the gameplay kind of changes via like that, right? So I think that would be kind of cool. I'd really like that. I like your sacrifice thing because Reach did that perfectly in the end of the game where you're the one character, you're Noble 6. And I think, Kelly, Noble 6, right? Yeah, you're Noble 6, and you go through the entire game, all your guys get killed off, and your whole goal is to make sure to get rid of one ship, and the one ship has Master Chief on it. And you have to make sure you stop the Covenant enough to get them to launch that ship. And the minute you launch that ship, you're stranded on this planet, and it's about to get glassed. and you're sitting there like the last. Oh, it's so heart wrenching if you play this game because like if you're a Halo fan, when you're playing as Noble 6 and you're going through, you see little cracks in your visor and you get taken down a bit, you get back up, and you're like. You literally are just going off of 1 health, and the minute you get taken down, your guy's helmet gets put down, and you just see gunshots, and then a bunch of Covenant dudes just kill him. You're like, no, I thought I could survive.
And that's what makes like sometimes when it comes to games, everyone wants to feel like the big badass person.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You want to try to like, I lasted 12 minutes in that survival, buddy. I beat you.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you were gonna die regardless. It's like, but you know what? Still.
There's poignancy in a character death. There's so much that can be said through sacrificing yourself, even though you know that. Like what the gravity of the entire situation.
Exactly.
And on that note, I also want to talk about one other thing that happened in gaming news, which we just added to the script. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. Sorry I didn't clear this with you. But The Evil Within 2 released another trailer coming out.
Nice.
Story trailer. The game is set to launch Friday the 13th of this year.
Ooh.
I have seen a lot of different gameplay footage so far. And from what I'm gathering, it is, once again, very Resident Evil 4 gameplay-wise.
Nice.
But it is going and doing the things that the Silent Hill games haven't been able to do. In so freaking long. The closest they got to was Downpour, and even then, even though that is my favorite Silent Hill game, from what I've seen so far, it is just pants to the head insane. Now, are you guys familiar with The Evil Within by any chance?
Not at all.
Not at all. I know it's a zombie kind of ish game. You said Silent Hill, so you got weird mutated stuff in there that you basically have to go and kill and stuff like that as well. But why am I thinking of that guy with the flashlight?
Guy with the flashlight?
Alan Wake.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking of.
It has similar aspects to Alan Wake, especially with the monster design.
Yeah.
But the situation is like this. It basically is sort of a mind bend of a game.
Okay.
And what I mean is, your character, so give me a second, I'm trying to find, there we go. You're playing as Sebastian Castellanos. He was a investigator, a detective, and he's been called to the scene of grisly murders that are happening inside a sanitarium. And he's sitting there and he's looking around, and there's like dead bodies everywhere, and he's like, what the hell is going on? And as the game progresses, pretty much you're sitting there and you're like, not only are there killers running around, I enter a door and I'm in a completely different world. I try to step out and escape. The sidewalk's completely gone. I can't leave here. What is happening? What is happening to reality? And your entire time you're sitting there and you realize at the end of the game, spoiler alert, that you are connected to a machine as this game is going down. Like the beginning parts of the game did happen, but you're connected to a machine which everyone who is part of this machine all shares the same consciousness and go through an experiment by a evil organization to basically, I don't know why they're doing it. They're evil. Who cares? They're Umbrella.
The Evil Within?
Boom, boom, boom.
But there was this guy called Ruvik who basically helped created this machine and realized that the company that he works for is evil, and they're going to kill him the moment he finishes. So he's like, I've made it systematically so that way you guys can't kill me in order for this machine to work. And they're like, we can have this machine run, we just need your brain. So they kill him, take his brain, and put it in the central hub, and his spirit is running amok, trying to grab someone who's tied to the machine, get inside their body, and escape. And cause havoc. You are one of the unfortunate bastards who's tied to this machine, who's sitting there and he's going like, I have to get the hell out of here. I need to figure out what is going on. I need to investigate. I just need to live. And the monsters that you fight are actually civilians that have already been tied up to the machine, but have been tied so long that they are remnants of what they used to be. They themselves are insane and are willing to take you down. The game pretty much ends with you being pulled out. Someone who was working with you, basically the Ada Wong to your Leon Kennedy, said you were dead. but really wasn't, just so that her higher ups are, you need to go now. You get pulled out of the machine, you manage to escape, but this one you're being pulled back in, and the main situation is your daughter, your character's daughter. You believed she was dead. Turns out that was a cover-up, and the company that is responsible for her death is looking at it going, you do this, we'll give you your daughter.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Sounds pretty freaking crazy, man. That's crazy mind bend of stuff.
I can't tell you more about the story primarily because I just have pieces and clues, but that was pretty much the gist of the first Evil Within.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's going on in Always Right Reviews, Matt?
Okay, so with Always Right Reviews, this is my personal show.
Just stuff we're
I was supposed to have the video out for last week. I did not do that because, once again, I was not prepared for this month. I have tomorrow. Tomorrow is the only day I have to fully edit and have this video up, tagged, have everything done. I am not going to bed tonight. I am going to be up for a full 24 hours to get this done. If it kills me, I die for my art.
Oh, good for you, man.
Damn.
If you don't get it out, though, do Kingdom Hearts next. It's simple, it's clean. Are you trying to force choke me, or are you actually going to choke me? It's getting real! It's getting all over!
I will take your face!
My willy.
And that's how I became the only host. One went crazy and killed the other. Now I'm here on my own.
Speaking of
Sean's
awesomeness and craziness, by the way, anime news quickly. I haven't had a chance to put this in there, but the next Dragon Ball Super episode is going to be an hour long. Sorry. That's where Goku's going to get his newest Super Saiyan form. Hey.
Super Saiyan 7?
I don't, we went blue, red. No, you went red,
Back to
blue,
yellow.
to like bluish, tingish red, and now he's going to go some weird
And purple?
platinum black. I don't know.
There's a...
all I know, he's gonna be super crazy strong, and I'm gonna be very happy and fangirling to see all of it because, like, yeah. And also, One Piece. I'm almost at 200 episodes, by the way.
How do you have that much time to get through that many episodes?
I
just
literally-
hit 61.
What I do before I go to bed, I'm watching like 3 episodes before I go to bed, and then I'll watch like 2 episodes before I get home or before I go to work, right? Yeah, I'd say at least 5 to 7 episodes a day.
I do like
Because there's like only 20 minutes of an episode, not 19 minutes. Because you go through the intros, which are terribly, come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. It's just so long, right? Like,
that's why you got to do what I do and skip the intros.
I do. And then you have 2 minutes of an intro, and then you have about 1:30 of recap, and then it finally shows the episode, and then you can go in.
I do like 15 a week.
Oh yeah, I do more than that. I'm not watching anything else right now though. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it. Once everything else comes out, I'm gonna have to put that slowly down the back burner.
But the only thing that I know is right now I got to start just doing like movie reviews because I was not prepared to do like full-on video game and anime reviews because the amount of time that I have to watch it and then write the script for the entire thing, then record, edit the audio, get approval for that, video edit, get approval for that, and then do promotions for everything. I kind of sort of bit off more than I could show, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a wee little bit, eh?
Just a wee little bit. But this is mine.
Speaking of video game reviews, a couple weeks ago we mentioned something called Quiggly on air, and we actually have it ready to go. A little sampler for you guys. It's my personal adventure on games I've never played before, and we joked about Overwatch being one of them, and we have some footage for you guys here. You get to watch AJ make fun of me and Matt laugh hysterically at my failure.
Strong advisory, the audio might have some technical issues, so please turn down your speakers if you need be.
Also, I suck, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's
Heads up.
apparent.
It's
To be fair, I bet he would have did a lot better if he had a normal controller, like an Xbox or like a PS3 controller or PS4 controller. I feel like he would have, because I tried using the keyboard and I was all thumbs. Even though you're supposed to be... No, I was all toes. That's probably better. Because, like, you use thumbs, right?
fair.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll.
PJ, I'm trying to like properly drive.
Ooh.
I'm Captain Coley. Glass.
Hold on, you have to go tank. She's good against tanks. You're fighting a tank right now. Look at that, look at that.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
Yeah, nice.
How do I taunt?
Yo. What am I doing? And then you can throw up a wall in front of you.
Ice nipples. That's all I got.
Throw it. You get.
Into the iris.
Oh. Shift machine. I got it.
Like an icicle spike at people's heads.
But what if I want to just give them like...
The freeze?
No, what if I want to like just have a freezy with them? Or we just want to chill?
Well, you can do that too.
I like
by throwing an ice wall in front of them.
like I'm like, yo, bro. Suck on me. I'm like... Did I kill him? Like, she's actually so much fun.
Yeah, she's
What?
Oh!
What is that? You didn't...
Hey! Oh, you didn't get the kill for that.
Yuga wakata.
She's there.
Enemy needs 10 kills to win.
Oh! You froze each other. That's awesome.
Things are happening!
Ah! She got you. The left trick. Oh, he got both the kills. He told. Like the left trigger.
Scooting my booties down! What the Jesus?
Stay with her. Stay with her.
Shenron's here, guys. Gather all the dragons.
Back off. Ooh, left trigger. Keep throwing some left triggers. Oh my goodness. Kill. Freeze. Other one.
I ran out of ammo!
Yes.
Good.
Okay, never. Oh, nope, you're dead.
Do want some cold nips? Okay, next, when you get close to a bunch of people, press Q.
One is coming on me.
Okay. Hey, you killed Suni! Yes!
I hear some like sexual grunting in the background.
Really?
PJ, I'm trying.
First,
So yeah.
Well, there's gonna be more to come. There's gonna be a full YouTube video coming up soon. We're just finishing a couple little touches here and there, little sprinkles.
No sprinkles.
This really weird noise again. Sorry guys, it's been a really awkward day for me.
is
Oh,
there
man.
anything else on our docket?
Well, in other gaming news too, I forgot to mention this earlier, and I did put in the docket. Halo Wars 2 released its next campaign, which is pretty awesome because it follows the evil team.
Oh.
So like the Banished, it follows the Banished, and they have to take care of this alien race called the Flood.
So,
Alright, so that's
Halo
pretty cool.
Wars is that RTS game.
Yes, real-time strategy. I freaking love it. It's the closest thing I get to Command and Conquer until Command and Conquer decides to get their head out of their ass and make something new.
So, is this a game that is for PC, or are you playing it on the console?
I'm playing a console.
How do you find playing it on the console? Because normally, I believe that's click and drag, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it's just the same. Like you have your two right sticks, so whatever you're doing on your PC, like you click and you drag, you can pretty much do the same thing. They have extra toggles to allow you to like quickly jump to each base, fast, or like speed through an entire map to go to another location if something's happening. Like so, I'd say it's almost completely translatable in a sense of like what you do on PC to Xbox. Like I've been playing RTS on console since Command and Conquer and N64. Right. Although I do prefer PC for that stuff because I'm used to it, but at the same time I also don't mind the latter because I played them for a long time.
Because I grew up with like old school Warcraft.
Yeah, same
back
here.
in the day. And
Warcraft
just
2 for me.
sort of. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And then I promptly, washed my hands with RTS when I realized I wasn't very good outside of Age of Empires.
When it comes to online, online stuff, I hate it because it's like people know how to hack those games. It's like you're building one dude, and then within maybe you building like 30 guys, you're like, oh, I got 30 archers. I can go try to take on some guy. A legion of like 30,000 of archers will just come through, and you're just like, we were playing the same time, were we not? Like I did everything that this guy. What? I'm confused. What happened?
How did this happen?
How do I even?
Yeah, how do I even?
Can't even.
I can't, yes, I just can't even right now. I just can't even. I can't wait for that movie, by the way. Christmas can't come any sooner.
Well, with that being said, guys, anything else we want to add? Going on?
Yes. You should subscribe to my YouTube. I am available. Sorry.
Wait for the product placement right there.
And
You should subscribe to my YouTube. My name is Sonic MTD, capital S, small O, small N, small I, small C, capital M, capital T, capital D. I'm available on Facebook, YouTube, and I hate you guys, but I'm available on Facebook, YouTube, all types of stuff. Please be sure to like and subscribe my content, and I promise you, it'll be something that you might enjoy.
So listen to Knuckles and LTD here. He's definitely got the stuff here.
I'm going to shave.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Sonic MTD, guys.
I'm going
Go
to
check his
shave
stuff.
your beard and make you eat it. You late.
And with that being said, after you subscribe to his channel, go and like all my comments.
Yes. And comment again. Make him do a
Supporting
Kingdom Hearts
My Kingdom Hearts
review.
claim. Please.
That would be amazing.
Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight.
I don't know what we're doing.
Go instrumental.
I don't know.
It was like 8,000
I don't
different
know
words.
what
Like,
we're
what is it?
singing.
With that
Thank
being
you
said,
very
guys,
much for watching Nerds Unlimited.
Nerds Unlimited.
So yeah, thanks for watching. I think we're pretty much...
Trevor,
Yeah.
he goes in with like a song. I'm like,
Yeah.
Nerds Unlimited. He's like,
don't
Either
forget
way, we're rambling. I'm Sonic MTD. This is my good buddy AJ, and of course my good buddy Trevor Quigley. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Nerds Unlimited. And until we see you that next Thursday,
Thank you very much, guys, for checking out this awesome issue of Nerds Unlimited. If you guys want to check out our last show, it'll be up here. If you want to subscribe, click that link right there. And then, if you want to see what this beautiful bastard's up to lately, right over here. But better yet, if you want to see us every Thursday, 7:30, the link will be right here.